Hey, everybody, we are live. Welcome, everybody. I see a lot of people already have loaded some comments and questions on YouTube. So, those of you watching on Facebook, feel free to do the same. Today, what I've got for you today, in case you didn't know, today we open registration for our Recallers program, which is our most popular program that we make available once a year. And make this mic better. Sorry. And I'm also going to share with you some videos that goes through explaining the layers that we have in our program. And I just shot. What I'm doing is I'm sharing some videos of my own training. So it's mostly with the puppy, with the latest puppy. So that I'm going to show you that today. I'm also going to have some prizes that we're going to be giving away. And first of all, I want to thank our sponsors. We've been giving away prizes over the past week, and I want to give a shout out to For My Merles. I want to give a shout out to the awesome people also at Cato Boards who have made prizes available for us. The Blue 9 people, and speaking of Blue 9, right here, Propel. Let's have some hearts for our sponsors, please. If you're on a place that you can give hearts. I just want to say, of all the fitness pieces of inflatable fitness equipment out there, this is my favorite. It's a Propel. Guess what? I'm going to give away 2 today, just because. Why not? Just because. So we're giving away a couple of prizes, and we're going to start right off with those of you who are watching from wherever you're watching from. If you share this broadcast, so share it anywhere on social media and say Susan's live, exciting to learn from Susan, or whatever it is you want to say about me, or the program, or what I'm going to share. It's going to be some really cool stuff. Share it with a comment, and then come on back to the comments here and write shared, and write where you shared it. Did you do it on TikTok or Twitter or Instagram or YouTube or Facebook? So share this broadcast right now. It's going to be a short broadcast, so I've got a lot of things to share, but I'm going to get it done super fast for you, and to be respectful of your time. So I see a lot of you are rolling in saying that you're big hellos. I've been doing live streams for the last couple of weeks as we talk about how you go about creating what we call a connected dog, a dog that has this focus for their owners. And so I'm going to do a little bit of a recap, but I'm going to start off right now by asking you a question, because seems like a crazy question. If you are watching this live stream, you might go, yeah, well, for sure. Have your current dog or your current puppy in your home, have you trained that dog? Now, spoiler alert, you have trained it, but intentionally is what I mean. So number one, you can put number one, I've gone to local classes, or I've gone somewhere to be, away from home to be trained. Number two, I've participated in online classes. Number three, I just trained the dog all on my own, maybe use books or videos or something. Number four, I don't train my dogs. I believe in letting a dog be a dog. I've heard that many times. Number five, if there's another option for you. So the current dog that you have you trained it, or are you, because you will be shocked to know that only, there's conflicting data, but as little as 6% of the population who owns a dog actually trains or intentionally trains them. When I say that intentionally, is interacting with the dog, you're training them. Every interaction is you training. You might not be thinking you are, but you are training. So those people who say, I don't believe in training, you're training. You may be training very badly, but you are still training. Okay, so we've got a lot of, oh yeah, I never thought of that. Some of you would do all of the above. I train at local classes, I participate in class, I train on my own, and there may be more. So a lot of you, and one-on-ones, some of you might be doing. So yes, but aren't you shocked to hear that 6% of the population who owns dog, only 6% train their dogs intentionally. And of that 6%, 50% just try to do it on their own, and 50% get professional help. Okay, so those of you who do train, I strongly encourage you to just put your arms in the air and pat yourselves on the back, because that's shocking. When I read that statistic, shocking. All right, so I'm going to start right off. I'm going to give away some prizes. Hold on. Let's give away a prize. Okay, so we have 2 gem winners from yesterday. Oh, I can't do that. Hold on. I have to take down my comments. I have to take this down. Hold on. Now you can see. Okay, so this is a first gem winner, and they get a Be Kind sticker. We're sending it out. So Micheline. Wow, what a beautiful name. I hope I'm not butchering it for you. Micheline says, so many gems, beliefs, they empower everything. The dog has no problem. So these are things that we talked about in the last video. Your dog doesn't have a problem. It's us who has a problem with their behavior. They don't have a problem with their behavior. Give my dog people in my life and give myself grace. So important that you recognize that things haven't turned up, may not be turning out the way you thought they were when you got a dog. Give yourself grace, right? As Maya Angelou once said, when we know better, we do better, and just move on. No, don't live in the past. Don't live in regrets. Perfectionism is another form of procrastination. So these are all some of the things that came out. And the one that I've said so often, that our dogs are doing the best they can with the education we give them and the environment we put them in. So thank you for that. Those are awesome. And there's one more. Here we go. Here. I think it's Ange Groff. And Anne says, you are always looking for a choice to reinforce, and everybody else is looking for an excuse to feed. So this is a quote. This wasn't my quote. This was a quote somebody said to me when I was teaching in Hawaii, probably 15 or 20 years ago. And this gentleman who was just auditing came up and said that. He said, wow, what I've observed is you are looking for a choice from the dog to reinforce, and everybody else here just seems to look for an excuse to feed their dog. And so Ange wrote, that really spoke to me from session 4. I'll be looking for more choices to reward going forward. So those are great observations. And Ange, we are going to send you from the people at Blue 9, we're going to send you a balance harness. So thank you for that. It was beautiful. Okay, and I'll just do last video's share winner. And here we go. Julie Brunette, guess what? You win a Propel. Woo, 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 woo. Giving away a Propel today. So share this on social media, on wherever you are. Just share the link to this broadcast and tell people that, awesome things are happening. Okay, so for those of you who train your dogs, one thing that you may not realize is that dog training is a habit, just like going to the gym. If you go to the gym every day, then you will do things, you will have certain habits, you will look at things in a certain way. And whatever your habits are, they become the fabric of who you show up as in the world. And so when you train your dog, if you were to train your dog from a plain point of view, and I've seen in social media, you'll see this, it's rampant, that the dogs have a problem. They pull on leash. They are reactive to other dogs. They jump on your guests. They steal your food. They barge out your doors. To some dog trainers, they call this a dominant dog, and they say we must correct them. But that sets you up for a way of going. That is a habit that you are looking for behavior from the dog, which, by the way, I couldn't disagree more on their diagnosis of what the dog is doing. And as somebody mentioned earlier in this, that what you believe about what you're seeing influences, or your core beliefs. So my core value about dogs is that they are always doing their best. They do the best they can with the education we give them. And so let's say, I'm going to show you a video. We're going to come back to these beliefs, but I'm going to show you a quick little video. So let's say you have this little puppy. So I'm going to show you a video of you have a 4-month-old puppy who loves people, loves jumping on people, goes crazy, loves toys, loves people. And you want them to come when they're called, to go by some people. Now, I'm going to show you this little video clip. Not only were the people obvious to belief, but I made it hard for her, but I grabbed her favorite toys and started banging them on the ground. Okay, so little video.
No toy, get going. Here, you're gonna slap those, and then, and I'm gonna,
And you could see she made like a detour by me because I had her favorite toy. Oh, no. Now, what if that 4-month-old puppy said, I know you called me, Kim, but Susan's got my favorite toy and she's on the ground and I like licking her face when she's on the ground. What do you do? Right? It goes back to your beliefs. So if you believe the dog should do what they're told, and when they don't, they're being bad, your next step would be something different than mine. So then when the dog didn't come when they were called and went to visit the person, your first thought, if you believe that your dog is trained and the dog needs to listen, and if they don't, they're being stubborn or willful, then your first thought might be, dog's blowing me off. Now you think your dog's blowing you off. What is your emotion? Oh, you're angry, your teeth are grit. You might be like really ticked off at the dog because you know better. You're trying to be dominant. And what's your action? You might put a leash on the dog and give them a collar correction. You come, pop, come, pop, come, pop. You know better. And the results could be that your dog would do the same thing anyway. But what has happened with your relationship? If your dog truly doesn't understand what's going on, the best case scenario is you'll make your dog so afraid of you that they live in fear of making a mistake. Is that the way you want to train a dog? Because as I said, our habits become who we are. It's who we show up to the world as, to everybody, to somebody who is waiting a table and they might have got your order wrong. Oh, this is just bull crap. If you believe that everybody is doing the best they can with the education they've been given in the environment they've been put in, then you would be like, yeah, you might be having a bad day, but that's not what I ordered. Okay, so your core beliefs affect how you train your dog. And it shows up in your relationship, not just with your dog, because it permeates your being. It shows up in your relationship with your loved ones, with your family, with your friends. That you make up stories in your head about why something happened. Right? So it's just so important that you recognize that. And when you choose a trainer, you should be choosing a trainer that resonates with the kind of core beliefs you have about your dog. That, there are so many trainers that say training without physical corrections won't work. Here I am 30 years later, it's working pretty well. And I to be honest, it wasn't until the mid-90s that I changed over and left the world of corrections. I, like many of you, started with giving cookies and then correcting the dog when I believed they know better. All right. And so, but I left that so many decades ago. And I know it will work. So let me just share with you. So when you have a dog that you are trying to train, this is how we build behaviors. The first layer is connection. And so in our Recallers program, which I said in this description that I was going to describe a little bit of our Recallers program, the first 2 modules, there's 10 games in those 2 modules. They're about creating what we call power words and connection. Power words are words that the dog know absolutely for a fact what they mean. So you get a dog who is maybe not as connected to you in training, not as connected to you out on a walk, not as connected to you when there's certain distractions around. And we modify that. So once you've got a connection, then we work on creating a clarity of response. We don't try to train them to do a behavior when they're not connected. And when we get that clarity of response, then we start growing confidence. So how did I get that puppy, or Kim and I get the puppy to run by the things she loves the most? People, visiting people. It's by creating clarity and building value for making good choices and allowing them the freedom to make bad ones. And what do we do when they make a bad choice? We do one of 2 things. We recognize that we set the environment up horribly, and we took a chance, a risk that the dog chose something we didn't want them to choose. In that case, my mentor, Bob Bailey, would say, just bang your head because you messed up. Or we think the dog had we all make little mistakes, and we'll give the dog a second chance of making a different choice. So I would not do the second chance route unless I was really sure that the dog was going to make a great choice the next time around. So we grow that confidence, and then we introduce challenges like calling the dog by whatever their biggest distraction is. So I'm going to show you another video here. So this is the puppy. I think this puppy is like maybe a month older in this video here. So she's 5 months old. 5 months old, and we're going to work. Well, I'll just show you. I'm just going to put it out here and show you. Hold on.
Good girl.
So she's in her crate,
Baby.
and Kim's walking far away from her, and out in front of her are all kinds of
Nice.
bowls filled with
Went
cookies.
by all
Now,
the cookies.
she saw all of
the
these cookies being
cookies
dropped in
the
these
bowl.
bowls from her crate. She was in her crate, and she saw all these bowls here.
Come and pick
And
up a cookie
then-
and give it to her, and then keep tugging.
I asked Kim to bring her in and give her a cookie.
Good girl. Got it.
Oh, she's like, oh yeah, that was a good
Where's
cookie.
tug? It's tug. It's not. It's tug.
Okay, come
Now
down to
look,
this
there's a whole
bowl.
bowl of cookies.
Pick one.
Tug. It's tug. It's tug. Thank you.
Cookie.
Tug.
And Kim would put one back in the bowl. And then
Now
ask the
this
dog to
bowl.
tug again.
This
Now
is
she's
roast
asking you to
beef.
tug. She might ask her to get in and walk in beside her, walk by the cookies. She might ask her to do a hand touch. She might ask her to do a number of things.
Cookie.
Would we do this with a 10-week-old puppy? Absolutely not.
Superstar.
Because we
So
haven't
good.
built the confidence and the
Go to
clarity
the
and
next
the
one and tell her
connection.
sit and tell her she can have the cookie.
But now at a 5-month-old puppy,
Tell her
now it's
search.
so much easier for her to be successful. So
Yay!
the big reward is she gets to lick the bowl. Right? And then she calls her out of the bowl. So too often what you see is schools that take puppies or dogs into whatever grade 1 is, and there's all of these challenges. They're starting right up here. We haven't started down here, here, or here. We start with, oh yeah, there's other dogs in the group. There's distractions of people. There's new environment. So we jump the gun. We jump the gun. And so we set that dog up for failure. So these are just layers. So in recallers, we work at transferring the value because we can't always be sure we have a big handful of cookies on us. So we transfer the value from cookies to a tug toy, or cookies to a hand target, or cookies to just come in at my side. Okay, I'm going to show you another video. This is a video of my own dogs who are older, and you can see I'll do 4 different recalls. I just shot this last week. I was out on a walk, and this is just my dogs, me calling them using 4 different reinforcements. So it doesn't matter if you don't have the cookie hand, a cookie in your hand, that the dog will come regardless. Okay, so here we go.
4 recalls, 4 different reinforcements. This! I have no idea where she is. I see 2 dogs running the opposite way. There she is. So good. Go play. Momentum! She gets a cookie. Go play. Now, these 2 are too close. All right, go on. Swagger! Nice. He gets a tug. All right, go play. Now, I don't know where now the bulldog went. Tater! Nice. Hand target. Yeah, 4 recalls, 4 reinforcements.
So you don't have to, when you train in a program based in reinforcement, 2 things you need to know. You don't have to have a handful of cookies everywhere you go, but you do have to have reinforcement for the dog along the way. It's reinforcement. We never say, I've got a cookie. Can you come here? We never say, oh, you didn't come. Look I got cookies. We don't bribe. We set the dog up to make good choices and reinforce them when they do. You might have noticed there was a bulldog in the middle of all of those videos. So my youngest dog is a mixture of her mother is a Staffordshire Bull Terrier. So 50% Bull Terrier. And so she's very determined and confident with what she likes. And then Tater is a Bulldog. All right. So these aren't typically easy dogs to train. Now, Tater isn't a purebred Bulldog. You might have noticed that. He's a cross with a Pug and a Boston Terrier. Again, not known for their good choices when you ask them to come when they're called. And I just want to make it clear that didn't happen overnight for either dog. It's building in those layers and strategically knowing when to add challenge to your own dog. Have that plan, make a plan, know where you are. As my mentor, Bob Bailey, would say, know where you are today. Where would you like to be? Would you like a dog like as Tater did, went off hunting in the bush and I called him and he went, yeah, I'm coming with 1 call? Is that where you'd like to be? The middle, how to get there is training. And that's what our recallers program is. And so if it is something that you think resonates with you, then that is what I would encourage you to look at to decide if I'm your people, if this is your program, right? And so that we have 8 modules, we have 8 modules in the program, and each module focuses on that to change the dog. I'm just going to look at my notes here because I want to make it clear. So module 1, we create an awakened dog, a dog who now goes, oh, I get it. I do this and I get that. I get it. So we're creating some conditioned responses and working on some trained responses. Module 1 or module 2, we at the end of module 2, I know you will have a newly connected dog, a dog who's like, yeah, I want to play. What are we doing? And the training happens in games that you want to do. So it's not like you have to schedule training like it's work. Oh, I didn't do my homework. Of course you're going to do your homework. It's just playing with your dog. Who doesn't want to do that? Module 3, you get an engaged dog, a dog that starts to look for you, a dog that, you're going to have new problems because your dog is just wanting to work all the time. So we have to help the dog understand when it's dog time and when it's not dog time. But that's a good problem to have, right? Rather than the reverse where the dog doesn't want to do anything you want to do. Module 4, we get a focused dog. Now a dog that we can start introducing some more heavier challenges to that dog, right? And then module 6, we are creating an empowered dog and a dog that we've given them the opportunity to say, no, thank you. And yet they always choose what we want them to choose because life with us has got so much reinforcement, right? They love it. So I'm going to give you an example, another video of puppy belief. This one I just took 2 days ago, 3 days ago. It's within the last week. So she turned 6 months old on Wednesday. This is a toughie. You get 2 bully dogs, rough housing intensely in play. Sometimes they're so over aroused they can't hear you, right? But this is the place where the learning happens best, because am I going to take a chance on calling my dog? I have to be able to bet $1,000 she will come. Because if I'm not willing to make that bet, then I'm saying, yeah, the value of what she's doing might be higher than coming to me. All right. So I'm going to show you this video. Here we go.
Throw it out on each side. Just don't break it down.
Believe.
If it's still in the next
Good
week,
baby. Good girl. So good. Go play.
Yeah.
So she got double reinforcement. She got a little cookie for coming when she was called, and she got the opportunity. Do you see how she didn't go back to play right away? She waited until, well, is it okay now? She got permission. So that is another layer of reinforcement as we go towards module 7. Is when you get through all the games leading up to module 7, we have what we call a welcome dog. A dog that your friends say, hey, are you coming? Can you bring your dog when you come over tonight? And where you're sitting now, you might not think, oh, no one's welcoming my dog right now because we got a bit of a hot mess here. Just by playing games. Just by playing games, you get to that place where you do have a welcomed dog. And then the next layer, what is module 8, it's called a real world challenges, where we're taking the dog and we're saying, we want to be able to go hiking off leash. We want to be able to just chillax when we are at an outdoor cafe or at a family picnic. And that is the envy dog. So those are the layers. Those are the places that we're going with belief. She's not finished recolors yet. She's pretty close, actually. But that's where we're headed, playing all these games to a dog that I have 100% faith in, like I do with my other dogs. So does that make sense to you guys, that you can't create a challenge that they're going to fail at, but you have to know how to keep progressing challenge and balancing it with confidence, right? So Nanette says multiple bulldogs roughhousing means they can't breathe. Yeah, Tater might have had the little nasal surgery. So yeah, he can breathe, because unfortunately he too couldn't breathe so swell. And so some of you may be starting without, you might not have a new puppy. You might have a puppy that maybe some of you have gone through COVID with your dog. And so you have some challenges that maybe your dog is a little less confident out in new environments. They might be showing some reactivity. And so what we tell our students is we all meet our dogs where they're at. And we keep building connection and clarity and before we add any challenges. So it's about meet your dog where they're at. If you want a program that is based in reinforcement, that you don't have to say to your dog, you're wrong, you're bad, I don't like that, and you can still have the dog of your dreams, probably a dog beyond what you ever thought would be possible, right? Then you need to look at how is reinforcement going to get you there? Because with recallers, it's not just about giving cookies. It's about knowing what the arousal state is, how excited they are when we call them, and then working in little games that puts them into a higher state of excitement, because that's real life. Some dogs just get over the top excited, but I still need them to listen. And how do we get there? We do it in layers. Okay. All right. So so some of you have different challenges. And so the progression through your training should be cognizant of where your dog is at. So whether you are part of the recolor programs or you're going it alone and you're training your dog based on whatever, there's a lot of great free dog training out there, but you have to create your own intentional program. Meet your dog where they're at. Know they're doing the best they can. Know that they are a reflection of the training you have given them. Just like you are a reflection of the experience and the education and the core beliefs of the people who have taught you dog training up to this point. And maybe you didn't take action and get success with the way that people were training you because it didn't resonate with the kind of relationship you wanted with your dog. And you said, I'll have to settle because I don't want to do that to my dog. Therefore, I guess I can't have a well-trained dog. Well, I'm here to tell you that is just not the truth. It is absolutely not just possible, it's probable, right? At some point, though, we all have a vision of what life with a dog would be like. And you have to, at some point, let go of that and say, I'm going to find joy with where my dog and I are today and then build from there. That could get you to that place. Okay, do I have any questions, LOH?
What kind of questions would you like?
What questions?
Can you do multiple dogs at once?
So can you put multiple dogs through recolors at the same time? Absolutely, yes. We actually have games that teach the dog to wait their turn. And so what we want is, we don't want you trying to train two dogs. Like, I mean, I can barely juggle 3 balls. I wouldn't be able to, be really hard. You can get to a point where if I wanted to train all 4 of my dogs at one time, I probably could. But I just don't. It's so much easier and more clear for the dog, and you're far more effective and efficient if you train one dog at a time. But yes, you can bring multiple dogs into recolors at one time. Absolutely.
Kate wrote, I'm worried about the technology.
Mm.
Would it be helpful to just run through that?
So Recolors is a custom built website. So we have this great tech team that it's not like you have to be in Facebook. You just join and you're on a website that has your downloads, your videos, your games. It's super intuitive. It's super easy because as focused as we are on dog training, we also are very focused on education and how engaging it is for you. Because if it's not engaging, you are not going to take action. And that's what I want, is I want people to get results. I want people to take daily action. And so what we have as a safety net is you join Recolors and you have 14 days to play the games. And if you go, oy vey, this is like way too much technology for me. I don't know what too much technology is. Like, some people, like, turning on a computer is a challenge, or you might be doing it all from your phone. That shouldn't be a problem, actually. But at day 13, you could say, oh, I need a new carburetor in my car, so I actually need my money back. We have this, you're going to have to go a long way to find another dog training program that so believes in the program and the training that we're going to give you 14 days to try it. And for whatever reason, you can contact us and ask for your money back. No questions asked, full refund. That's because I keep saying, I want you to decide if I'm your people, because you can't learn from somebody that you don't resonate with. So if I likewise, I want to know that you're my people. And so if you get in there and you are a bit of a drama queen, this isn't working, and I don't like this, and I don't know, and why can't I correct my dog, and where's my e-collar, and I want to use an e-collar, you're not my people. So we get that 14 days so that you can self-select and leave. We don't want you stuck because you gave us any money. So you can leave. Likewise, we can help you self-select if we know you're in the wrong place. You're not ready to immerse yourself in a reinforcement-based program. Because I like to keep my community with people who love to play games with their dog, have successes, and celebrate. Yes, next question.
Somebody wants to know how to join.
How to join. If you go to, somebody will put a link, one of my team will put a link in the comments here. I'm sure somebody on the team is watching, and they will put a link in the comments.
That is okay. So I have 2 more questions. One being, do I have to give up doggy daycare and visiting and playing with my friends next door?
Okay. The question is, do I have to give up doggy daycare and visiting with my friends next door? There's such a wide variety of what doggy daycare looks like. And some of it is the absolute not best thing for any dog, depending on how it's structured. And that would be a conversation that you could have. You could actually, if you go to the link that Elena just put in there, then if you click on that link, and if you just go to, I'm sure doggyflix.com would get you there as well. If you go to that link, there'll be a live chat and you can talk to somebody. Here's what I know. I could tell you, you don't have to give up playtime with the dog next door, and you don't have to give up doggy daycare. You will see results going through recallers. Would you see the best results? No, I'm not going to lie to you. The way you get the best results is to set the dog up for success. Now, playing with the neighbor's dog is fine as long as you never want to try and stop them. You let them play out until they're done. All right? That's fine. But doggy daycare, I can't comment on because I've seen some really horrific ones. I've also seen some really good ones that do structured play, that they do interactive calling, they do recalls. I've seen some phenomenal, but I've also seen some really, really, really bad ones as well.
Students running them.
Yeah, some of our recaller students actually run their own daycares.
Did you want to cover where doggy flicks went?
I don't think so.
Let me just look more.
You know, if you look at dog training, you have to decide, for me, there's three elements to dog training. Is it effective? Meaning, do I get results? Does my dog learn to come when they're called when they're playing with another dog? Does my dog learn to come when they're called when they're about to chase wildlife out in the forest? Does my dog learn to walk on a loose leash and not lunge at other dogs walking by? Is it effective is number one. Number two, is it efficient? So for me, I want it to happen as fast as it can. Like, I love playing with my dog, but I want results quick. And number three, is it compassionate? Does it resonate with the core values I have with the dogs in my life? Now, a dog training program that is effective but not efficient means it's going to take you a long time, and dogs have a very brief life compared to ours. So we want them to be living their best life fast. So effective, but not efficient. It could be years before your dog is living off leash and enjoying time and extra freedoms. Okay, so it could be efficient, but not compassionate. And that's a line that we all draw in the sand for ourselves. So I've just decided what I won't do to any dog. And that's a decision that you make. When I know it's not necessary, that you can get results without verbal corrections or physical corrections, that's a no-brainer question, no-brainer answer for me. All right. So it needs to be effective, efficient, and compassionate for me. Okay.
Susan, the other day in one of the Q&As, you answered a question about challenges, aggression, and reactivity. And can you cover that briefly again, how you feel recallers supports those kind of things?
So the question was about if we have reactive or aggressive dogs. And I never finished my belief loop, but I guess I did finish my belief loop. But what I encourage people is to not label their dog aggressive, because a dog's behavior doesn't define who they are. A dog's behavior defines the direction you should be taking them with your training. All right? I want to say that one more time, so it's super important. A dog who sees a kid and cowers behind their back, that's not a scaredy cat dog. That's not a fearful dog. The behavior just defines what the dog needs from you. And so we have students that go through the program that start off with dogs that show reactivity or show aggression. And the program changes them. But I'm putting a big asterisk here. I am not saying this is a replacement for really good dog behaviors. There's various levels of a dog showing aggression or reactivity. But all I can say, I've never promoted this program as a way to fix reactive dogs. But I can tell you it has. It has done just that for so many of our students. Okay, I saw another question. How long does it last? It's a year-long coaching program. And at the end of the year, because I hate saying goodbye, we have an opportunity for you to carry on for as long as you want as an alumni. And that it is a dramatically discounted investment for you. We have thousands of students who've been with us for many years. We have students that were in our very first recallers 12 years ago who are still in recallers, because every year I do something different. I add something different. So when you join the program, I talked about the modules, but on top of the modules, we have programs to help solve your problem. For example, your dog, your dog doesn't like their nails done. So then that's it. Your veterinarian might say, oh, we have to give your dog some sort of sedative before we can cut their nails. We need these nails done. Nails trimming is important, guys. Actually decreases your dog's longevity if your dog's nails are too long. So it's super important that they get cut. I'm going to share a little video. You guys have maybe seen this one before. It's just a little video clip of Tater Salad. It was shortly after we got him, and his nails were so long, and I could tell why. Now, Tater Salad was a rescue dog who had all kinds of labels put on him from a behavioral point of view when he was given up for adoption. And this isn't me trying to trim his nails. You couldn't even show him nail trimmers. This was me trying to tap his nails with a spoon. Watch this.
It's strong too.
Okay. That was a small little clip. I didn't think to, I didn't want to stress him out by actually doing anything. That's always a stage of learning that I want to see where a rescue dog is with her. He didn't. Now I'm going to show you, I'm going to attempt to show you. I have no idea where Tater Salad is. I'm going to change my camera and I'm going to show you what he's like right now. This is real life. So this shows you I have faith in what we do. Oh, I can see your leg in there, LOH. That's kind of cool. Okay. So what I've got here is I've got a Dremel. I'm going to turn this on. And so I'm going to see, as long as he's in the house somewhere. This is a dog who hated to have his nails cut. Well, what is this, bud? What? You want your nail trimmed? All right. Good boy. Is that good? Is that good? Want another one? All right, I'll do another one. That's a super good boy, aren't you? Super good. Okay, do you want to catch? Catch. Okay, I can't cut your nails. I'll cut your nails after, right? I'm doing it live right now. Okay, so that is about meeting the dog where they're at. Meeting the dog where they're at. If they're terrified, we don't label them. That's a dog who's had some horrible things done to him and he'll never. No, meet them where they're at. Can't do it with a spoon. Let's just build on that. All right. Let's just build and help that dog to feel comfortable in their life. Help that dog to, no matter what it is, some things that we have to do to the dogs, grooming sometimes isn't great for dogs, right? They don't like it. So that's what Recallers is about. We have extras in there that if you need them, they're there for you. I'll just show you another little clip of the puppy. So the puppy, I find that a lot of my terriers were not crazy. I don't know if it's something as a little dog thing. They were not crazy about getting their nails cut. So this is the very beginning, or not the beginning. This is, belief is now at a point where we can. There's a nail.
Good.
And a good baby girl.
I think I'm going to stop.
No, that's a good night.
Break. I'm done. That was good.
She doesn't want to get up. So with my younger dogs, I put them in a position where if they raise their head, they're saying, I don't feel comfortable. And that's to me, okay, we won't do any more nail trimming. All right. So it's a program about allowing the dog to set the pace of what we do. So we set our schedule, we set our goals, but it's the dog who sets the pace. Meet the dog where they're at. Just have fun every day and have amazing results. Okay. So is there any other questions?
Has it changed since you started recallers back?
Oh, what a great question. Has recallers changed since I started recallers? This is such an important question. You could have, so I've been a professional dog trainer since 1988. Somebody do that math for me. Is that 33 years maybe? I'm not sure. And I really didn't start training the way I do now until the mid 90s. So let's call it 25 years as a reinforcement-based dog trainer only. All right. And so that's not 25 years of me doing the same thing. That's 25 years of me constantly improving. I am a lifelong learner and I constantly tweak everything I do with my own dogs. And once I know it works for my own dogs, then I start sharing it with my students. And so recallers changes every single year. Now, the core is the same, that we're playing games, but we add so many extras. And this year, actually, we're going to add a lot of new games as well. So no, I don't think anything that I do ever stays the same, because we do things differently. Yeah, we do things differently, and we're happy to it doesn't matter that we have success. I am happy to move beyond success to see what else is possible. Effective, efficient, and compassionate. Could it be more effective? Could it be more efficient? Or could it be more compassionate? I don't think so. But okay, so if you go to the recallers video that explains more about the program, and the link is there, and we'll put the link in the comments again. It tells you far more about the program than this short little live is going to be able to do. If you have any questions, there's a live chat button in the bottom corner, and somebody on my team will be happy to answer any of your questions. So you can join recallers until Thursday. So the registration is only open until Thursday. I'm just reading some of the comments. You guys are giving great comments. Thank you so much. You're distracting me with your kindness. So it's only open until Thursday. And I want to put out there, just go and look at the video. Go and look at the video, read what's on the page, and decide if I'm your people. If this is your program. And if you really believe that you want to train your dog in a reinforcement-based program, I am confident that this will be an outstanding year for you. It will be a year of great transformation, great growth, and you will see a massive difference in your dog just in 2 weeks. And if it doesn't, if I'm not telling you 100% truth, you've got a guarantee. All right. Okay, I'm going to sign off. Thank you, Carol. You guys are my people as well. I love seeing you all in the comments. You're amazing. So please share this video with your dog-loving friends, anybody who's challenged with their dog, anybody who's getting a new puppy. There's so many new puppy owners who wait until they have a struggle before they decide to train. Oh my gosh, it's just such an amazing life if you start right from the beginning. All right, let's have some hearts for starting puppies off right. Okay, I'll see you guys.